Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 NFL Draft has officially concluded, and the Baltimore Ravens draft picks are in. Today, I wanted to break down each of these picks and talk about why I think this could be the greatest Ravens draft of all time. Let's get right into it. First things first, EDC cooked with this draft. Absolutely cooked. The man was cooking with grease. He was cooking with grease. Not only did he get the fan favorite in the first, he got a steal in the second, a steal in the fifth, a steal in the sixth, and there was still some surprises mixed in there. Good God, EDC. I love you. What did I say? Who did I say we were going to draft? Who did I say? Malachi Starks. Oh, he's a Raven. Oh, let's go, man. Let's go. You can try and take all the thunder away from me that you want. Oh, he was mocked to the Ravens over and over and over again. Bro, it's just the most Ravens pick that there could have been. Malachi Starks, safety from Georgia, absolute embodiment of a dog. Now you put him in a backfield. Now you put him, whatever the hell you call that, with Kyle Hamilton and Ardarius Washington, who's back. And it frees up all three of them. Kyle Hamilton doesn't have to be all the way in the back. He can play up close. Ardarius Washington doesn't have to do that. Malachi Starks doesn't have to do that. You know how hard it is going to be for offensive coordinators to strategize against these three? These three absolutely brilliant football minds that are at our safety position. This pick is legendary. Absolutely legendary. And I am so fired up to see how it pans out. I don't know if you guys heard the draft call between Malachi and EDC, but it was very reminiscent of how Lamar was speaking when he got drafted. He kind of hit EDC with the "what took you so long," or, and it's like, to be fair, we knew they weren't going to trade up. Like, that was never a card on the table at all. But EDC says he was the greatest, like when they interviewed him, that it was one of the greatest interviews that he's ever sat in, ever. And I firmly believe that, because, sometimes GMs will say, like, oh, this was like the greatest player. He doesn't say that too often. So to hear it come out of his mouth, I believe it. And to be able to get a player like Malachi Starks at pick 27. Let's move down to round number 2 with Mr. Mr. Mike Green is a Raven. Edge rusher out of Marshall, was projected to go in the top 15, but he fell due to some assault allegations. Now let's address the elephant in the room. We just got to keep him away from Jay Diddy. That's all I'm saying. Keep him away from Jay Diddy, and we ain't got no problems. Before I get into this guy's play, EDC came out and said he spoke with Mike Green about all this, and, they've done their homework, and they felt comfortable enough drafting him, and I support that. It's one of those things where we really don't know, right? So he felt comfortable enough with taking the risk on this guy. Clearly, he is a dog. He is a ball player. He's going to come in and instantly revitalize our edge position, and I'm all for this. You put him in a room with Odafe Owe, Kyle Van Noy, and David Ojabo. And who's that guy we drafted last year? Adisa Isaac. And he instantly jumps over, literally leapfrogs over some of those names. This guy is going to be an instant starter. He's going to make an instant impact on our defense. And I'm all for it. This is an S-tier pick. In round number 3, we went Emory Jones, offensive tackle from LSU. I like it because fans were going to complain about Daniel Falele either way. So to have some competition there for him, let's get it. I'm all for it. And Emory Jones, LSU, it's a good school. This guy is a very powerful run blocker. And to have him guarding for Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, I feel like it's going to make all the difference. So we need that strong offensive line in order to support these guys. And I feel like a pick like Emory Jones in the 3rd round is going to support that. I give this pick a B. I don't have too much to say about this next pick, who came in the 4th round, and his name is Teddy Buchanan, linebacker out of California. This brings some competition to Trenton Simpson. And ultimately, I believe that Trenton Simpson's going to take the leap this year. He struggled last year, admittedly, but I think that adding capable competition to that room will help him get a boost that he needs. And it's kind of like a similar situation to Patrick Queen. Like, we didn't see Patrick Queen fully pan out until about year 3, year 4-ish. And a lot of people will credit that to Roquan Smith. So I think just having the right competition in the room is what helps the people around you get better, right? So I feel like Teddy Buchanan is going to become one of those players, and we really won't hear his name too much, but when we do, I hope it's for something good. I give it a B pick. On the other side of things, in the 5th round, we have drafted Carson Vincent out of Alabama A&M, offensive tackle. This is going to be a very developmental player, but he's another one where there's a lot of potential there, right? And again, going back to the whole Daniel Falele fiasco, if that's what you want to call it, this will help strengthen the entire room. Having competent competition helps. And once you get down to these later picks, these are the picks that are really going to help strengthen those weaker positions or those weaker players that just need that boost to get over the hump, right? Now, while Emory Jones is a great run blocker, Vincent is a great pass blocker. So these guys are going to have a nice little yin and yang to them. I don't see them, either one of them, starting right away. But who knows? I also don't know too much ball about these later rounds, so I could just be talking out of my ass right now. I want to skip around a little bit and talk about the 2 corners that we drafted. Bihal Cohn and Robert Longerbeam. I also don't see either one of these guys being immediate starters, but I do see them as competition for Jalen Armour Davis. And I hate to just, say the same thing about all these later draft picks, but I honestly do see this one, and I honestly don't see one of these players being on the roster come August. Okay, I don't see them keeping both of these corners, because we've got 11 draft picks right here. Not all 11 are going to make the final roster. Let's just be real, right? And that's how it always goes. So I don't see both of these corners making it. We'll have to see who's the better talent and just hope that it helps bolster the room around them. I give both of these a C pick. Now here's where it gets interesting. The Ravens have also picked, for the first time in franchise history, a kicker. Tyler Loop out of Arizona has been picked to be the next Baltimore Raven in the 6th round. The question is, does this mean that Tucker is done? Is Tucker cooked? Is he cooked? I don't know. We're still waiting on the results for all the Tucker stuff. I'm going to talk about all that in another video. Spooky topic right there. But at the very least, I see this again, as good competition, because you take the off the field stuff out of the picture for a second and you just assess Tucker's play from last year. We needed some competition in that room. And I'm glad that they're addressing it now. And honestly, I can see them bringing in a free agent kicker as well. Just to, light a fire up his ass or something. I don't know. So, whether or not this guy becomes the future, hopefully, but hopefully Tucker is, a free man, an innocent man, and all of this is just some fluke. But for now, he is just Jay Diddy. So Tyler Loop to the moon. Another 6th round pick, LeJonte Wessler, wide receiver out of Colorado. This guy's going to be a special teamer. I mean, every clip that I've seen of this receiver, he is a dog at punt return. So I can instantly see him coming in and being the starter at punt return. Now, do I see him making an impact as a wide receiver? Not really. You know, you put him in a room with Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, DeAndre Hopkins, Tez Walker, and I really, how can I forget Tylan Wallace? I mean, oh, so you put him in a room with those five, and I don't see this guy immediately coming in and turning any heads. Maybe for a couple gadget plays or something, you know, kind of like when Zay went out last year and we needed that gadget guy. But outside of that, I don't really see him making an impact outside of punt return. But we did need a decent punt returner. I think of this guy like I think of who do we get from the Bills last year? Deontay Hardy. That's who it is. I look at this guy the same way I looked at Deontay Hardy, and I honestly don't expect much from him, but I hope we can get some good punt returns from him. Maybe even kick returns. Who knows? Now, if Malachi Starks and Mike Green weren't enough, Aeneas Peebles in the 6th round is defensive tackle out of Virginia Tech. Absolutely a steal of a pick. I love this pick. It's no secret that big man Michael Pierce retired, right? And somebody needs to come in and fill his shoes. Now, Peebles is not going to come in and just stuff the line like big old Michael Pierce. That man, Michael Pierce, you try and block against his big fat ass, you ain't even, like, he's stuffing you. Like, you ain't going nowhere. This guy's more twitchy with his, pow, pow, pow. That's Peebles, baby. Pow, pow, pow. So, it's a difference on the line than what we are used to, but I can see him immediately coming in and making an impact. And this is the only defensive tackle that we've picked up since losing Michael Pierce. So, clearly the Ravens have some trust in this guy. And let's just see how this pans out. I give this pick a A. There's one more pick to discuss, and I hate to end it on this note because I really don't know a damn thing about this guy. Garrett Dellinger, offensive guard. Dellinger works with his hands inside, can stay in front of defenders once he latches. I don't know. We'll see what happens with this guy. But overall, that is the 2025 Baltimore Ravens draft. This is the class. Starks, Green, Jones, Buchanan, Vincent, Cone, Loop, Wester, Peebles, Longerbeam, and Dellinger. Yeah! Here's to hoping, my friends, and my flock, that the Ravens flock to the Super Bowl this year.